If you're on a 6 life path, you're what I'd call the nurturer. Your primary purpose is to develop your sense of vision and acceptance in everything you do. Because what we're here to do is never the easiest thing for us to do, you'll experience consistent challenges in these areas of your life. You are a very magnetic person. You've potentially been required to shoulder a bit more responsibility in your life, possibly starting in your earlier years. Do you notice that people come to you for advice, even when you don't offer it? Yes, because that's the sort of presence and energy you offer, whether you know it or not. The number 6 is a number that relates to family. It is a number of nurturing, and you might feel compelled to perhaps marry early and start a family. And if you don't go this route, you'll nurture your pets, your friends, your family of origin, or your business and employees. Because another thing about you is that you are a seeker of justice. Many 6 life paths find themselves working in judicial fields because you're fair-minded, and justice really is a core issue for you. You're also a connoisseur of beauty. Often you're physically attractive yourself, and you love to cultivate beauty in whatever way suits you, especially when it comes to your home. Many people traveling the 6 life path find themselves in the beauty industry, whether it's hair, makeup, interior design, fashion, or any other career that creates beautiful things. Even though you may work for someone else early on, you really aren't meant to work for others for the long term, because honestly, you really don't take direction or criticism very well. You're meant to be your own boss and operate your own business. Or if you don't, you need to have some control over what you're doing, because you can be a little bit of a control freak, and you need to feel as though you're in control, and punching a time clock won't float with you for very long. One of your gifts is that you are a big picture sort of person. You really are a visionary. You have this innate ability to envision a project and see it into manifestation. And just to let you know, many people can't really do this, and you don't quite understand this fact that other people can't visualize and act on a bigger picture like you can. So don't get impatient with other people when they just don't get it, and many of them won't. What comes naturally to you may not come naturally to other people. So at the end of the day, the true spirit of the 6 life path is to develop an expanded sense of acceptance, both of yourself and of those around you, and to manifest your visionary projects with your nurturing presence and open heart. The thing about the life path is this: many people are pulled into the entirely opposite direction than what their life's purpose indicates for them. I call it the flip side of your life path, and we can begin to cue the Darth Vader heavy breathing here, because it really is like selling your soul to the dark side. It may seem like the easiest route at the time, yet it never is, because your results will always be unhappiness, ill health, and feelings of despair that you're just not doing what you were meant to be doing, whatever the heck that might actually be. So some of the key concepts for the 6 life path are, and are not limited to these: magnetic, responsible, visionary, cultivator of beauty, needs to be in charge, seeker of justice, caretaker, organizer. Now for the stumbling blocks and issues along the way. I know you've been dying to hear this part. So since your life's purpose is focused on nurturance, acceptance, and embracing your higher vision, you'll find yourself challenged in these arenas over and over again. Your number 1 demon? Perfectionism. The thing about the number 6 is that it's very idealistic, so much so that as a 6 life path, you really struggle with issues surrounding perfectionism and idealism. First and foremost, you hold yourself up to extraordinarily high standards. So high, in fact, that there's literally, and I am telling you this, hear me, no way in the world that you can hold yourself to such high standards of conduct or achievement or anything else. It's really just not humanly possible, even though you do set the bar pretty high. So you are the one who will, for instance, do everything right for a project. I mean, it is amazing, and yet you'll choose to focus on that one little thing, that little thing that you could have done a little better. And your internal dialogue will be that the project was a failure, or at least it wasn't very good. In fact, it was a downright disappointment, all of those things. The residual is that you then hold everyone else to ridiculously high standards as well. So basically, you're really constantly disappointed with yourself, with your family, with those around you, and ultimately with the world. You live in a universe you yourself have constructed out of a lot of shoulds. I should feel this way. You should have done that. I should have known that. You kind of get the picture. You can experience a monumental shift in your life when you stop shoulding all over the place. You can be extremely challenging to live with because you do have a tendency to be super critical of your family and others around you. And the thing about you is this: if you're not happy, no one in the room is happy because you make sure of it. So the other issue that comes into play for you when you're working with that flip side of your life path purpose is self-righteousness. Since you actually really have a great grasp on all kinds of things, you think your way is the only way, and you usually don't hold back giving people unsolicited advice. You can engage in a self-righteous attitude that other people can be baffled by and often offended by as well. And then sometimes your sense of justice gets lost, and instead it becomes this personal whiny fest, like, why did they get that and I didn't? It's not fair. You can have a tendency to act in this sort of self-serving way when it comes to your sense of justice. Some of the key words for your flip side list might include perfectionist, idealistic to the point of disappointment, self-righteous, critical of loved ones, full of shoulds, loss of identity due to unrealistic expectations. Ultimately, you have trouble accepting yourself and judging others. Know that you're here to work to develop a true appreciation of the perfection, of the imperfection of everyone and everything, and this includes yourself. You're a person who thrives when you use your generous and nurturing nature, act on your highest vision, and allow everything to take place in its due time. Your true gift to yourself and to the world lies in your ability to accept everything as it is while not losing your ability to use your visionary gifts to make the world a better place.